Hi my loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you here. I am so excited for today's video because number one, it involves book shopping. This is going to be kind of a two-parter video. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have noticed that the other day I posted a question asking you to tell me your all-time favorite books, like your books that literally changed your life or got you into reading or just have such a special place in your heart, those kind of books. And it is very safe to say that we got a lot of answers. So today's video is involving that. I did have an ulterior motive other than just curiosity to see what your all-time favorite books were. I'm going to be doing a cozy bookstore vlog and shopping for your favorite books. Once I have those favorite books, the second part of this video, which will come out at a later date because obviously I can't read them straight away, will be reading your favorite books full time and reacting to them, and I'll be doing a little reading vlog for them. So I am so excited about this. I am very excited to go book shopping today. I have been in the mood recently. It's a sunny day, but it's a cold day, so it's kind of the perfect weather, honestly. I'm gonna walk down, probably get a little chai or something, and then go to the store. I am so excited. My best friend also works at the bookstore, so I kind of get like VIP service, which is amazing. I get to like kind of go through the computer, see what they have in stock, all that kind of stuff. It's wonderful. It is really wonderful. Before we go and do that, I thought I'd run through kind of the books that are on my radar and the most popular answers to my question. Number one, the most popular answer was by far Boys of Tommen, Binding 13, all of that, and it just makes me love you all so much more because clearly you have such a similar book taste to me, and I love that. Obviously, I have read all of the Boys of Tommen series, like they're my everything, so I won't be buying that because I already have it. But I did want to say that that was the number one answer, and I love you all for loving it so much. These are some of the other books though that are on my radar. First of all, we have The Nightingale. I have been seeing so much about this recently, and I am really curious to just see what it's like. I know that like it's a really, really emotional read, but it was like a lot of your favorite books. Like you rave about it. The Book Thief was another really, really popular answer. Also, by the way, I've just written the answers down that I haven't read personally. Like a lot of the answers I also have read and also love, but obviously I can't do a reading vlog with them. So these are the ones that I haven't read out of the list that you guys gave me. So The Book Thief, I know it's really bad. I haven't read The Book Thief and I honestly haven't even thought about reading it. And this kind of brought it to my attention. So I'm really hoping we can find that today because I'd love to read it. It's a classic. Beartown was another popular answer. Again, I've seen so many people talk about how wonderful this book is. City of Brass had a few recommendations, and that is a fantasy book series. I think it is a YA series. And like, obviously I'm going to gravitate towards a fantasy book. So I definitely put that on my list. The Spell Shop is another one, which I almost bought in my last book shopping vlog. Like I was this close because this cover is stunning, and I think, and a few of you said that it's like amazing. It's apparently a cozy fantasy, and I'm really, really intrigued by that. So I'm really like wanting to go see that one. Alone with You in the Ether, this has been on my radar as well. This is by Olivia Blake, and if you have been watching my recent vlogs or TikToks or whatever, you'll learn that I've been reading Olivia Blake and absolutely obsessed with her. I think she is so amazing. I love her books. I love her characters. Like, oh, so that is again, definitely on my radar. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This one was so highly recommended and has been for such a long time to me, honestly. I don't know why I haven't read this book because I believe it's by V.E. Schwab, and I love V.E. Schwab's writing. Like, I'm reading the Dark Shade Magic trilogy at the moment. I'm on the last one, and I'm like obsessed with their writing. So if this is there, I will be buying it. Like, you bet I will be buying it because I feel like I'm going to love it. Like, I feel like it's my kind of book. And while it's like this cozy winter weather, I think it's kind of the perfect time to read it. So I'll definitely be seeing if that one's there, and cross your fingers it is. Because this is a smaller bookstore and it is kind of a local bookstore, like an independent bookstore, I'm not sure how much there will be. So I'll just be going through your answers while I'm there anyway, and like even getting some of the less frequent answers, and if they have them in stock, great, I'll be getting them. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear, but those are the books that are like on my mind immediately and I do really want to read and were the most recommended. They were like the most recommended out of all of the answers. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for them, and I'll be taking you guys and kind of chatting while we're at the bookstore. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little vlog. Without further ado, I'm gonna go get ready and we'll start to make our way to the bookstore. Outfit today is very, very simple and just cozy because as I said, it is a bit cold outside. Jeans, some Uggs because that's all I wear in winter, a kind of little knit and a little scarf on my bag. Very kind of autumny, very fall, even though we are technically going into spring. But that's the vibe we're going for. We're gonna go shopping now because I am so excited. So excited.
Right? It's a cool ass token company.
Oh, that's
That's a book thief, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so that is
yeah.
supposed to be one of the like best reads.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm gonna get this one. I have been meaning to read it for such a long time. Fantastic Beasts, they're so cute. I have different copies though. I had the first ones. They're so cute. Oh dude, why did you show me these?
Right, they're
I just
adorable.
want to buy them. I'm back home and some damage was done. Maisie wants to say hi. She's just been running around outside like a crazy dog. Haven't you? We got a few good books and I am so excited about these. I'm literally so excited. They didn't have a lot of the books that I originally wanted. Didn't have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which did make me really sad because I was really hoping we would read that one, but it's okay. It's fine. We move on. I got some other great books and two of them especially were like really like the most recommended out of all of them. So I feel like that's definitely a good sign. They also didn't have The Nightingale, which I was really sad about because again, that was like highly recommended and I really wanted to read it, but we'll get there. We'll get to both of those. So the first book was Beartown by Frederick Backman. I've heard so much about this series and do not know what it's about. Like the whole series was there and I was like this close to getting the rest of it, but it's fine. It's just so outside my typical genre and that actually really intrigues me. We're basically set in a small town in Sweden, in the Swedish forest, sorry. It says for most of the year, the town is under a thick blanket of snow, experiencing cold and dark that brings people close together or pulls them apart. Its isolation means that Beartown has been slowly shrinking with each passing year, but now the town is on the verge of an astonishing revival. A bright new future is just around the corner, until the day it is all put in jeopardy by a single brutal act. It divides the town into those who think it should be hushed up and forgotten, and those who will risk the future to see justice. Can one young man find the courage to speak about the truth no one wants to hear? So I actually have no idea what this is going to be about, but I really like that. I really want to go in blind. I'm actually so excited to read some of these. Like, you know when you go to the store and you find a book and you're just like, yeah, I need to go sit down and read this immediately. That's the feeling I'm getting from this. So I think I'm going to read it really soon. It's very outside my usual genre, but I like that. I'm really liking that. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Let me know if you've read it down below. As I said, I'm going to be reading these all in a reading vlog in my next vlog coming. Hopefully I can get them read in like a weekish, so you don't have to wait too long. The next book I am slightly intimidated by, but excited. And that is The Book Thief. Now, this is like a classic. I feel like everyone should read this book at least once in their life. Like that's what I've heard. And I haven't read it yet. And I literally have read hundreds and hundreds of books. So surprising myself. But yes, I am so excited to read The Book Thief. I know very little about this and I want to go in blind. I know that we are set in Germany around World War II. So it is a historical fiction and like I think it just has really big impact. I think there's really great characters. It is a very emotional read. I feel like a lot are when they're historical romance, honestly. Not historical romance. Historical fiction. I have no idea if there's romance in this, but I've been really liking historical fiction a lot more recently. I've been reading a lot of like historical fictions with a fantasy element and I feel like that's like leaning me in towards them, like, you know, a good little introduction. But yeah, as I said, I don't want to know anything before I go into this book. I love that it's floppy because it is like 500 pages. It's a lot longer than I thought it was. It's fine. We're very excited. So as I said, they didn't have a lot of like the most voted books and only a few of you voted for this next one, but I was like, I'm really intrigued and I've been intrigued and it's been on my TBR, like my to buy TBR for a long time now. So I was like, you know what, it's time. I'm just gonna buy it. And that is Cleopatra and Frankenstein. It finally got in like the smaller copy as well, which is great. This is a contemporary romance fiction, I believe. A lot of people say that if you like Taylor Jenkins Reid and more like contemporary, like emotional fiction and like, you know, with a good line of romance, but yeah, it's really emotional. Like it's quite deep. There's some really like strong themes in there that you should like this. And I've been really liking those kind of books a lot more recently. I feel like as I'm moving into my 20s, it's just like a really, I don't know, I like branching into books that kind of have a little bit more real life relevance. So I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, I can't wait to read it. It's not too long as well, so that's kind of good. I know we are set in New York and I think it is a bit of a marriage of convenience, so the main character can stay in New York. But as I said, I feel like we're much more character based rather than romance based. If you've read this, please let me know what you think. I feel like you either love it or you hate it. I'm hoping I'm gonna love it. And it's a really cool cover. I love the cover. I know that this author just came out with another book as well. I think it's Blue Sisters or something. People are absolutely loving that. So yes, very excited about this one as well. The last book book isn't actually part of this like next reading vlog, but I was there and they had some ARCs and the bookstore owner was so lovely and let me have one. And this is, I believe this book is already out. It is The Books That Wouldn't Burn, but they had a spare ARC copy and like, who am I to say no to an ARC copy? I love ARC copies. I like collect my ARCs. If you don't know, ARC is advanced reader copy. So like, obviously this isn't what the book looks like. It looks different in the traditionally published version. It just might mean that they're not like edited to a T, if that makes sense. Anyway, I know this is like a cozy fantasy, I think. I'm just excited to have it on my TBR, and it is so big and so floppy. Like, look at that. It's just, is there anything more satisfying than reading a book like this? No, the answer is no. But yeah, very excited to read this. I'm again not really sure what it's about, but and there's not really a blurb because it's an ARC copy. But I'm excited to read it. Sounds interesting. Good little fantasy for this kind of weather. So these are the 4 books I got for the reading vlog. I'm so excited. I don't know whether I want to make this into like a series and just kind of start reading all of your favorite books. I feel like that would be great. If I do that, there are a few books on my TBR that I can read, like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I know a few of you said that. And then a lot of you said Lord of the Rings. I like 100% agree with you. Favorite book of all time. So I would love to read Lord of the Rings again, and I really want to like go through and annotate it. I actually hate this copy because like, what is that? And it's tiny, but might get a new copy. But yeah, I really want to go through and annotate it because I haven't read it in such a long time. And I absolutely love Lord of the Rings, like one of my favorite books of all time. I actually have my dad's copy from the literal 70s. Like, is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? I'm obsessed with it. When I read this for the first time, I read these and I was so like, it felt like I had to be like the most delicate ever with them because I read them when I was like 15, so I didn't have a Kindle or anything. So it was a scary, scary experience. A lot of you also said that Harry Potter was one of your favorite of all time. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I do not associate myself with the author. I'm not even going to say her name, but I do love the Harry Potter series because it was the series that got me into reading and I have reread it multiple times. I love the world. I love the wizarding world so much. If you've watched till here, by the way, thank you so much. And if you have, let me know by commenting in your Harry Potter house. I am a Ravenclaw, so all my fellow Ravenclaws, hello. But that is something else I could reread. I've been kind of slowly making my way through the series and I am up to the Half-Blood Prince. Yes, the original copies. I love them. And I'm very tempted to read it like this again, this time of year. And then I really, really want to read the Deathly Hallows again. It's been a long time since I've read that. So I can include them in vlogs as well, if that's something you were interested in. But I will initially be prioritizing these books. I think I'm going to start with Bedtown first. I'm just really intrigued by that. I might start that like very soon, like today, just because like I get that feeling. I need to start it. That is everything I bought today and all the kind of books on my radar for the next vlogs coming up. Thank you all so much for participating in this. If you did, if you want to, for the kind of future videos like this, just follow me on Instagram. That's kind of where I interact with you most. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you've read any of these to kind of get me excited for them, although I already am. Again, if you've watched till here, you have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you so, so much. I love you all so much, and I'll see you again in my next videos.